up with it, YouTube? Polo Sports Talk and Entertainment. And this is Polo Motivation, bro. Look, right quick, we have to address something because I think a lot of you have the wrong approach when it comes to life. Like the reason why a lot of you never succeed in anything, and let me make this clear because I was on a panel um, a couple of days ago, and a lot of people feel indifferent about and this is no disrespect to any other colors or race or anything like that, but when it comes to just my culture, my black culture in particular, and my brothers, you know, a lot of people feel indifferent about our success rate in terms of us failing our communities. And, we're not as prominent because of what the statistics show, and we're not educated, and we're not doing this and we're not doing that. And the reason why we don't ever amount to anything, a lot of us, is because your approach is wrong. You have to approach every single thing that you do. And look, good or bad, you know what I'm saying? Look, if you out in them streets and let's talk about the negative. So because so many, to be honest with you, a lot of people are very infatuated with the negativity. They want negative, what I'm saying, in their life in some form of fashion. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's uh, drugs, or women, guns, what I'm saying, violence, whatever. Look, they always said, like, a lot of the criminals and a lot of the hardcore gangsters, people that was really messing with the streets, they said they wanted to put everything that they could into it, and their approach and their mindset was to be the best that they could be at whatever they were doing, right? You know what I'm saying? That was just their mentality. Okay, and I'm gonna get to that in just a second. But see, if you're gonna do something, you need to approach everything like a business. That's why, like, a lot of when you go and go work for a company, you got to think about it, man. It's always business, never personal. Don't sit there like when you're working at a business, or you're working for a company or somewhere. Don't be friendly. Don't sit there and try to make friends. You gotta be business. You gotta be business minded. If it, don't get too close. Any of that stuff. You have to approach it like a business. Uh, you know, that's just one category that I'm talking about. Because a lot of you take everything so personal when something happens to you or something like that, it's like your emotions, they run wild, and you can't handle if they let you go, or you can't handle if they do you wrong, or you don't get promoted or something like that. You have to look at it from a business perspective, and you have to approach it like a business, right? Now, another thing is whenever you are, let's say your ambitions, your goals are to be athletic, and you want to be great at it. Well, you have to approach it like a business, or else they're not going to take you seriously. Your whole mindset when you wake up in the morning should approach everything. I don't care what it is. That's my mindset. I'm gonna approach everything like a business, and more importantly, how can I capitalize or benefit off of that? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people look at capitalism as a bad thing, believe it or not. No, it's not. It's not. It's not a bad thing. Matter of fact, our culture needs to be more into capitalism because we're so concerned into people using us or benefiting off of us because they benefit off of our culture. You know what I'm saying? And you might wonder why I have this woman up here, Megan Thee Stallion or whatnot. And some people might feel some type of way, man. I don't give a shit. I don't get into all that, that totem pole bullshit, none of that other stuff. But I'm looking at it from a business standpoint, right? What you don't realize about, Megan Thee Stallion is, she is an extremely dedicated, hard worker, or whatever. Never mind the talent. You might not think that, regardless of how you feel about her talent, uh, uh, about how she is as a person, whatever the personal stuff is. The one thing that you can't deny is that she approaches everything like a business. She's about her business, which is which is what you're supposed to do. And see, the thing about it is that to even get to a level like that, it's gonna take a different type of approach. You know what I'm saying? And you have to do stuff that's out of the norm or that people or go to the limits that people aren't willing to go to. You know what I'm saying? And also you have to realize that not everybody's gonna be around doing the stuff that you're doing. They're gonna be looking at you like you're crazy. Like for instance, if you're in the gym and you're working out, and I like to use the gym, because I one of the things that I do like to do is of course work out, athletic sports, all that, whatever. But if you're in the gym and you just pity patting on the treadmill or whatnot, and you're doing what everybody else is doing, well, guess what? You're gonna get everybody else's results. But if you're doing some unorthodox stuff that nobody else is doing, and they're looking at you like you crazy or whatever, well, guess what? You're gonna get the same type of look when you get those results after working out or after being in shape or what you've accomplished or whatever. And many people are going to notice it. They're going to be like, wow, well, that's the same type of reaction that they're giving you when you're doing all these unorthodox workouts, and they're looking at you funny, and they're like, man, what's this motherfucker doing? And that's the same thing. That's the same type of approach and the mindset that you have to have. And look, if you're going to go by the book on everything, go by the book. You know what I'm saying? Go by the book. You know what I'm saying? Because if it makes you feel better, you know what I'm saying? The book and the manual, instructions and stuff like that, that's what it's there for. But also some people have that throw the book out mentality when it comes to certain things. They might have their own way of doing things. You know what I'm saying? What works for you isn't gonna work for everybody else. But the one thing that you can't get away from is approaching it like a business. Like for instance, if you're a family man, you have to approach it like a business. With your relationship with your kids and everything. Now, I'm not saying not to love your kids or love your family. That's not what I'm saying. I think some people they get that twisted. But what I'm telling you is, like for instance, you're the head of the household. If you're a man, you consider the head of the household. And if you don't, if you're not the head of the household, you better change up your mentality real quick. You're supposed to be the boss. And if she's not looking at you as a boss, then that that's something that you're gonna have to come to an understanding about, and you're gonna have to get that shit right. But if you're the head of the household or whatever, you were supposed to approach everything like a business, meaning that your business is your family name, meaning that you have to do everything possible not to compromise the integrity of your name, meaning that you got to have everything in order and you have to approach it like a business. A lot of these corporations, a lot of these big businesses and stuff like that, they don't. To be honest with you, they don't have any patience. They have no patience. Like when it comes to shipments and being on time and getting stuff in accordingly and everything, they want their stuff. They want their products now. They want their stuff to sell. If it's not selling, they're going to get to the root of the problem. If the manufacturing ain't right, guess what? They're going to clean it up. If the distribution ain't right and the sales, guess what? They're going to clean it up. And that's what you have to do. You have to do that with your life. You have to approach everything like a business. Like when you step to a female, the first thing that a lot of females, whether you uh, a nerd that's a bookworm that's all about education, all the way down to an ex-con that just got through doing a bid. Guess what? She still wants to see if you have somewhat of your shit together, and that's what you have to do. Like she might say, okay, yeah, well, like, because when you step to a female, you got to step to them with confidence, anyways. But the thing about it is that your approach has to be a business approach. A lot of y'all don't realize that. Some of y'all think, oh, okay, it has to be on some lovey-dovey stuff. No, you have to approach it like a business. You know what I'm saying? Because then she'll see, okay, he's not playing no games. He's about his business. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, from a male to a female. You know what I'm saying? A female might be into you or whatever, and you might like that female because guess what? She's about her business. A lot of guys are intrigued by a female that has her shit together. You know what I'm saying? That's all about business. Don't have no play. And you notice a lot of those females, they'll cut you off in a heartbeat because they really don't have no time for no silly ass games, especially the ones that have kids. Uh, they might be business owners or whatever. A lot of business owners, they can only tolerate so much. They can only tolerate so much. So you have to do everything in your power to make sure that in terms of the aspect of life, every aspect in your life, you approach it like a business. When you go to work, make sure you not on time. Make sure you early than the motherfucker. Make sure you early than the motherfucker. When you conversate with those people, man, keep that shit professional. You don't have to look like I don't sit here and try to profess like I have the best vocabulary or I'm so professional or any of that stuff. But when I need to be professional, I'll be professional. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to use profanity everywhere you go. Be yourself, but just keep the conversation light. Wherever you go, you know what I'm saying. You have to have a business mindset and a business approach. But see, some of us we lose out on a lot of stuff because we don't have that type of mindset to work, to be in line with stuff accordingly. Like when you're in a meeting, you know what I'm saying? Conduct yourself professional. Now you're gonna have silly motherfuckers in there, that's not professional, that's gonna do what they want to do. Believe it or not, that's not gonna pan out well for them. That's not gonna pan out well for them. And believe it or not, there's always somebody that's looking at you and they admire the fact that you are professional. They admire the fact that you are prompt. They admire the fact that you are hardworking. They admire the fact that you're humble. Man, a lot of people don't understand that part of being humble, it has to do with being hardworking. You know what I'm saying? Because what? Listen, I'm gonna tell you like this. If I'm not telling you, I'm not telling you females and males to be a yes man all the time. Yes, you have to have respect for yourself because respect is first. But what I am telling you is that you know what I'm saying. You want to be a person that is reliable. You know what I'm saying? Because what you won't do, somebody else would do, and they'll do even better than you. And you got to look at see that's a whole nother dynamic right there because then you got to look at that. You got to approach that from a competitive standpoint. And what is business? It's competition. It's competition, and a lot of people they they're so frustrated and they're so infuriated on tearing you down that they have no choice but to get their shit together if that makes any sense, right? If they can't destroy you, guess what? They're like, damn, I've done everything. Now I have no choice but to just get in line or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If anything, when when you approach that that type of approach is a business approach. You might have somebody, because like for instance, like a club, right? Like you have certain clubs that scope out the competition. It's sort of like the movie Harlem Nights when they have. Sorry about that, y'all. Hold on. Sorry about that, y'all. My bad. Now, a lot of you, okay, a club, they have competition. You might have another club owner that's not doing so well, and they see another club that's really doing great. You know what I'm saying? And then they go to that club just to scope out the competition, see what's new, see what's popping and everything, and take the idea. Hey, look, if somebody's doing that to you and they want to take your ideas or they want to take your points or something like that or you know steal from you or something like that, you really shouldn't be mad at that. Matter of fact, you should embrace that because if if they're stealing from you, that means that you're doing something very well. And more importantly, guess what you've done? You set a trend, right? You set a trend, and guess what you did? You approached it like a business. You know what I'm saying? You've approached it like a business. It's like you've already advertised yourself or whatever. So everybody's like, okay, well, we got to get to this guy. You know what I'm saying? And you might not even be following anybody. You might just be, just being yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you have to approach everything like a business. Like, if when you wake up in the morning and let's say you're in the let's say you're in the I'm trying to think of somewhere where you really have to sell yourself. Let's say you want to be a model. Well, what is being a model? You have to make sure that your physique is on point. You have to be able to sell yourself. You know what I'm saying? So what are you gonna do? You're gonna do everything that you can to make sure that your body looks apart, and it defines, like, everywhere you go. They're like, wow, you're tall. You could be a model. Wow, you have a nice physique. You could be a model. You know what I'm saying? That's, on the male and female. You know what I'm saying? For the males, no, no pun intended, no homo. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But you're not gonna get up and just walk any any type of way, go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? You might be an aspiring model, but you just happen to work at a regular job right now. Okay, do your job, do what's necessary, but still, you still have to approach both like a business. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go to your job or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're young, don't go to your job playing around. For real. Don't go to your job playing around. Now, don't get me wrong. It's all right to have a personality and stuff like that. But guess what? If you're not playing around, you're getting your shit done. You know what I'm saying? You're getting it done faster than everybody else. You're on time all the time. You know what I'm saying? You're working for people that don't come in. Guess what? You're approaching it like a business. And they see, okay, well, this guy right here, he's serious about, what he's doing. Even even for, people that's online, selling themselves, whether you're a content creator, whether you're on IG or whatever. Look, you don't have to have no tech all this technology, and what I'm saying, all this flamboyance stuff like that. I mean, look at me. I don't look. I'm not here to do anything flamboyant. But what I am here to do is I'm here to, drop gems on you. But it's up to you in order to apply that. You know what I'm saying? And you might not see me as successful. You might not see the next man as successful. There's people that are on the, that might be on a lower scale than me in terms of, what they have or something like that. Guess what? I take advice from anybody. But see, that's a business mindset and a business approach. You have to be open to ideas. You can't be narrow minded. Like, there was somebody that told me, well, your arguments and your takes, they're not, they were horrible, when it came to Kyrie or something like that, right? Okay, well, thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? But see, a lot of you get infuriated by that. Well, guess what? The business mindset, like, when you go to a business, you have surveys and you have suggestions, or suggestion box. That's really what it is. They're making a suggestion. They're giving you, criticism. Now, some of it is not constructive. Oh, what's up with it, Switch Life? I see you in the building. Or Sunny, aka Sunny. Y'all go subscribe to my boy, Switch Life Media. You know, like, if you don't understand that you have to approach everything like a business, you're never going to succeed. Man, take pride in yourself. You yourself are a business. I don't think y'all realize that. You yourself are a business. Make get your hygiene together. Like, this was my mentality, and my mom, what I'm saying, she was on my tail, not my pops. You know what I'm saying? My mom's. You know what I'm saying? She used to get on my nerves with the shit, but she knows what a man. She's raising me, raising a boy from a man, a boy to a man and everything. You know what I'm saying? A little knucklehead motherfucker like myself. Okay, she's like, no, you you gotta brush your motherfucking teeth. 2 times a day. Good. Well, fuck it, man. As I got older, I made sure I brushed my motherfucking teeth 3 times a day. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you gotta shower twice. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna walk around here smelling smelling or anything like that. We don't raise shit like that. You know what I'm saying? We might be from not so well environment or whatever, but guess what? We still gotta be clean. Well, guess what? Instead of 2 showers, I'm gonna take. One time, my mom, you know what I'm saying, she punched me, or I mean, uh, she asked me if I showered. I said, "Damn, I took 1 shower already." Da, 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 da. She got my ass up. She said, "Nah, you gonna take 2." I said, "Well, you know what? I'm gonna take 3 for your motherfucking ass." She said, "Boom, knock my wind out, knock my motherfucking wind out." What's up with it? 3,000. What's up with it, Don Lovato? Yeah, that's not the point of the video though. Um, you know, look, but you see right there already. You see what Megan the Stallion did? She's approaching everything like a business. Megan the Stallion, in case y'all don't know, because I've seen her in person, Megan the Stallion is not a short woman. She could model. She's a very tall. That's why she's a stallion. You know, so if you see her, you'd be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Because she's taller than some men. You know what I'm saying? She was taller than fucking Tony Landis. But see, she approaches everything like a business. So now she has everybody looking, wow, this lady's fine. Da 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 da. Guess what? She's selling herself. So not only can she be an entertainer, guess what? She's opened another door. Have you ever considered modeling? You know what I'm saying? So see, that's how you sell. You sell yourself. You have to approach everything like a business. It's just like, you might hate LeBron James, or you might hate Canelo Alvarez, or you might have hated Mayweather. But guess what? Those guys right there, they approach everything like a business. They approach everything like a business. When I get up in the morning, I'm not like Stephen A. Smith. How can I make my bosses more money, or some shit like that, or the company more money? No, my whole mentality is, okay. I'm gonna do whatever is necessary, put my best foot forward, but eventually I'm gonna get out of here and create something for myself. And if you don't have that mentality, if you don't feel like doing that, you're not at that point in your life right now, then consider it. Just try. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, you're gonna have to. It's about taking ownership, especially if you. I always go back to this. Especially if you go back to kids. When you have kids and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's always important to preach ownership, because eventually you're gonna have to leave your kids something. Eventually, you're gonna have to leave your descendants something. I mean, she's listed. Yeah, she's like 5'11". When I seen her, because they had like a little. It was 2 summers ago. No, matter of fact, 3 summers ago. It was them and City Girls. It was her, City Girls, and a couple of other people at that venue. Man, City Girls. I think she was taller than one of the bouncers too. Because if she puts like 4 inch heels on or something like that, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna be already, 6'2" or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's important, man, that you approach everything like a business, man. I can't say that enough. You guys want to be successful. You guys want to, take everything to a whole nother level. Well, guess what you have to do? You have to approach that like a business. If you put yourself if you put out bullshit, that's what you're gonna get back. But if you putting your best foot forward, even if there's only one or two people that might listen to your idea or something like that, guess what? The word gonna get around eventually. You know what I'm saying? And stop looking at, okay, look, it's okay to, look at other people, you know what I'm saying, and be like, well, I like that idea or something like that. But don't be so focused on another person to where it throws off your focus and you get infuriated because you can't do what they do. Listen, they're their own goddamn human being. I can't do what another person is able to do, unfortunately. But am I going to get mad at that? No, absolutely not. You got to approach everything like a business. Everything. These companies, these owners and stuff like that, they're not here to be your friend. They're approaching everything like a business. They want to know on time, do a job. They interview. That's why you go on an interview because you have to sell yourself. Talking, man. 3,000. Um, Switchlight Media. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the boy Switchlight Media. Until then, y'all have a good one.